Hello everyone, this is the fourth rule by Jordan Peterson, and it says to compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone is today. This rule is really important in this book, and Jordan Peterson starts talking about the how it used to be easier for people back in like when we used to live in small towns to feel the serotonin confidence of the victor because these people used to be few, right? The competition used to be few, so people got to experience what being the full victor is. And today that's really hard because we have social media, we have internet. I made a video on social media recently about stop scrolling mindlessly. You can check that out. And we live in cities now, in big cities, and there's a lot of people, and you might be good at something, but it feels meaningless because somebody has this or that. And then when you look at those people, you compare yourself to them. So this is what the video is gonna be about. And I already said that I'm gonna split this video. Well, not this one, but I made another video and this one, so this is the second part, I guess. So Jordan Peterson says that inside of us, there's an internal critic that makes us doubt of ourselves, and this can make us feel pretty bad, right? But it's also necessary because there is a lot of bad cooks and short tuneless musicians and unskilled people at their field, so we need this internal critic to improve ourselves. Now, I don't know if you all remember when I talked about the dominance hierarchy in my first video or second video, but the dominance hierarchy basically works like to explain like fast, it's like a triangle, right? And you have people at the bottom, you have people in the middle, and people at the top. So Jordan Peterson explains the dominance hierarchy better than anyone I've ever heard explain before. And it tells us that the winners get most and take most, but they don't take it all. And people at the bottom of the dominance hierarchy, they get sick and they die there and they waste their lives there. So this whole channel is gonna be about improving and going up that dominance hierarchy that Jordan Peterson explained. Jordan Peterson also tells us that there is many good games that we can play to be successful at or try. So Jordan Peterson says that being a plumber, a physician, a lawyer, that's all good games, right? But you can also try new games, and by games, it means talents and skills that you can use to be successful and improve yourself. So it is important to pick a good game that matches your strengths and that you can improve at and be successful at. And that's what is really important about this chapter. And I think there was a lot in this chapter, in this rule, but I think if you're gonna get a lesson and something valuable from me right now today, I encourage you to apply this in your life. Implement this. Go out there, try to find something that will match your strengths and will make you a more successful person that you can climb up the triangle of the dominance hierarchy. As a young man, I really think that we're born without a value. And that might sound like too bad for some people or unimaginable, but as a man, you're literally born without value. So you gotta climb up those steps, and your value comes from how how much you can solve problems. Honestly, if you can solve a lot of problems as a man, and you can do a lot of things for society, you will be really successful, and you will probably make a lot of money. But if you're not doing anything that doesn't help society or doesn't improve the community, well, it's highly unlikely that you will gain any value. And you probably If you don't have any value right now, it's because you're not playing one of these games that you can switch from. Or if you can't switch a game, you can create a new one. And that's something that Jordan Peterson explains in this book. And I love this part. So he basically says that if you are not good switching games or talents or skills, that's what games means in this chapter. If you're not good at that, you can try new ones, right? You can switch, or you can invent your own game. And that is really powerful because there's probably a skill that you have or something that you can improve or something that you know you're good at better than some other people, and that will give you an advantage. So another thing about these games is that you probably are playing more than one game. You probably have this thing that you are doing right now. Maybe it's fitness, maybe it's music, or something that you enjoy, right? Something that you're pretty good at. So Jordan Peterson says that there is not one game that you're playing. There's a lot of games. And you might say, I should be winning at everything. And Jordan Peterson says that that's actually pretty wrong. We got it wrong there. We shouldn't be winning at everything. Because if you're winning at everything, you're not trying anything difficult. So I think that you should create a goal that it's really difficult and manage to dominate that goal. And that will give you a lot of masculine energy. And if you want to get a rush of masculine energy, literally write a goal, put it on your wall like I've been doing, and just complete that goal. That will literally, it increases your testosterone, bro. Do that, and then you will get like 1,000 millimeter testosterone, bro. Now, if you're winning at everything, like I said before, you're probably not growing. And the most important thing, the best winning. So there's different winnings, right? You're winning at everything, you're not trying anything hard. So the best type of winning is progress and growing. Growth is the most important win. Now, there's a quote by Jordan Peterson I really like, and I would like you to consider right now, or not consider, like think about. If you compare yourself to someone else, you probably are overvaluing what you don't have and undervaluing what you do. So that means, probably said some words wrong, but if you are jealous about someone right now that they have something that you don't, you probably are undervaluing the things that you have. So you are not grateful for the things that you have, and you're basically wanting what someone else wants or what someone else has, right? And you're valuing that thing. So I've seen this with a lot of people. When they see that thing that they don't have, they're like, "Oh my god, I gotta get this." Let me see an example. I gotta get to that fame. Oh, I gotta get this subscriber. Probably like, oh, I gotta get this or that thing that he has. And you're not seeing what you have around you. So if this is your problem, and it's hard to admit it, right? You gotta be humble and admit this mistake, because I've done it too. Honestly, that's not that strange. You might think that that's like, oh, I'm the only one with this problem. Bro, you're not. Like, problems are not that different today. You probably are experiencing the same thing that a lot of people do. So I encourage you to try a gratitude journal. You can do it right now. Actually, grab a piece of paper, whatever you have around you that you can write on. Maybe your hand, even write on your hand if you have a pen. So write something that you're grateful for. Just put a date. Wait, I'm gonna show you right now. Right here. So see, put a date right there and say, today I'm grateful for this or that. And the purpose of this is to understand that you have things to be grateful for, and you shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people. And this is very valuable because if you are grateful for what you have, comparing yourself, okay, you're gonna compare yourself, but it's gonna be different because you will actually see what you have in front of you instead of just thinking about this thing that he has or this person has. Like, you can see clearly because Jordan Peterson says too in this book that we are actually pretty blind because we're always focusing on one thing that we want. So let's say, oh, I want these AirPods. We're always looking at these AirPods and we don't see what we have around us. So maybe you are grateful for your hand or something that's right there around us, right? But we are only focusing on this thing. So in this book, there's this scientist or whatever, I forgot. And he says, his name is Daniel Simons, yeah. So he made a study, right? And there was two teams, my bad. One has white shirt team and the other is black shirt team, right? And the scientist tells these people to basically watch how many points the white shirt team gets, right? And they said 15, which was the correct answer. And Daniel Simons or Daniel, I don't know how to say. He says that, did you all see the gorilla? And everyone in the who was in the study, right, who was being tested, said, what gorilla? And they watched the clip again, the video that Daniel Simons put, and there was a gorilla right in front of the field, and nobody saw it because they were focusing on the points that the white shirt team got. So you're probably really blind when you're searching for this thing. It's so important to you. You are so obsessed with this thing that someone else has that you are not seeing what you have around you. So I encourage you to gratitude journal. Now I'm gonna make this video 2 rules. So the next rule is do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. So this chapter starts with a story, and this 3-year-old boy was like shouting and screaming in the middle of a crowded airport, right? And he was screaming because he probably wanted something, or he was, you know how kids are, they want something and they start screaming for attention. But everyone was looking at him, and Jordan Peterson says that if his parents truly were careful about this, about the person that they love, they wouldn't be letting their kid become the center of attention of a whole crowd. Now, you might say, oh, they probably were tired because they were flying or something. And this rule, I don't have a lot of experience, I gotta tell you, because I don't have children and I'm not a father. And he probably can explain this better than me. And I actually didn't know if I wanted to include this rule in my videos because I'm not a father, or I don't have any experience with that field, so I can't tell you from my experience, but I will tell you from Jordan Peterson's point of view and another point of view that is mine, but it's about a different thing. So coming back to the story, these parents let the little kid scream and scream and scream, and they don't do anything about it. Literally, the kid is screaming right there and they don't say anything. And like I said, they may be tired, but if they truly were careful and more thoughtful, they wouldn't have let this kid do that. They would have said, no, you can't do that. Stop screaming right now. Or something like that. But today I've seen like so many parents, it's like a rise of this typical white ones, and I don't mean to be racist or nothing, but it's like a rise of white ones that don't have the ability to say no to their kids. It's like literally their kids are doing something wrong, they're playing video games and they scream at their moms. And I've seen this, like, I've gone to other people's houses or literally just go to school and I see this, like, spoiled weird kids that it's like so different from my culture, because when I was a kid, they taught me values of respecting my parents, and all the kids I grew up with were like this, right? They respected the elder and parents. So it's like really weird to see this when I moved to America. It's just white people, and I just see it in white people. I even talk to black people, right? That I know. And they tell me, oh yeah, I've seen this messed up thing where this kid yelled at his parents and cursed at him and said bad words. And there's a lack of discipline. And Jordan Peterson actually writes about this, that discipline and hold up, I'm gonna search it right now. I forgot the other word. Discipline and punish. So modern parents are afraid of this. Like, they completely erase this thing, but it's necessary sometimes. You gotta express it when you need it. Like, honestly, it's scary to think about this because you love your child, and in the West, we think that the kids are not never supposed to be punished for something. But honestly, they should. If they do something that makes you dislike them, you gotta discipline your kids because they're the future, and around us it will grow alongside of us. And if society is just spoiled like this kids that I keep seeing, everything is going to be worse. Now, where I used to grow up, right in my home country in Puerto Rico, so there is a lot of religious people, and the religion literally tells you respect your elders, respect your thy father, thy mother, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but literally religion tells us to respect our parents and our elders. So this is like huge thing in my culture. They literally tell you and they sit you down, listen to your mother, and they speak in Spanish, obviously. But I don't see that here in the US. It's so messed up. Now, since a young age, I've been taught a lot of values. And I don't have kids, like I said, but I think I don't think that I'm completely wrong about what I'm expressing. And Jordan Peterson even says this, so it goes like kind of hand in hand with what I'm talking about. Now, this is it for today. I hope you found this video valuable, and see you.